Well, my people are Irish. I come from an Irish background. Most of the people connected with Notre Dame don't. A few of them do, and traditionally a lot of them did. But, I mean, can you imagine a college calling itself the Fighting Jews or something? You know, they would be shut down immediately. Or the Screaming Italians or something like this. You would never have that. Why should we tolerate that?
Well, being a Jew, I would say maybe a more, you know, colorful name might be the Negotiating Jew.
The Negotiating Jew.
You know, because Jews are not big fighters, let's face it.
No, that's true. Yeah. I mean, according to, well, that was one of the things that I always worried. That's a curious thing, isn't it? That, Israel, that Jews are supposedly, like, smart with money and not fighters. And Israel has a messed up economy and the biggest army in the area.
Right.
So something's wrong there.
Are you offended, by the way, of Redskins and Indians, too, as nicknames?
Well, I don't have the right to be, in that I'm not a person from the native tribes of America. But for them, it's an insult. Sure it is. It's stupid.
They should change the name.
Yeah, it's stupid. But, of course, then you have, you know, things like tradition and you know, then you make such a show out of it that you call, you know, somehow you're calling attention to the wrong side of it. You know, the worst part of it is over. It's been done.
Yeah. What about the little leprechaun, by the way, for Notre Dame?
Yeah, that's an insult.
Mascots.
Yeah, staggering around, full of barley malt. No,
you know, I'm sure
it's stupid.
You've had some of the absurdities of sport in the last year. The double standard with the Ben Johnson situation. I mean, here 6 months before, we're almost celebrating, and certainly he gets a book deal, Brian Bosworth. I took steroids, and I played for steroids, and then Ben Johnson is a national disgrace, to use one newspaper's headline, for being caught using steroids. What about that double standard?
For being part of the system.
Right.
For playing the system the way the system is played. First of all, the Olympics, I got no use for the Olympics at all. I said, why can't they figure out who's the best and get this stuff over with? Seems like every 4 years I have to put up with this again. The Olympics. You know, I mean, why can't they figure out if one country is better and just let it go at that? You know, first of all, it's nothing but one big business promotion. This is what bothers me about it. It's a big business promotion. The athletes all take these substances in order to cheat. The judges vote according to their political beliefs, and there's no amateurism involved. A lot of people get paid secretly or otherwise. So what's the big deal? It's just to make money for a network and make money for a bunch of people like McDonald's and these companies that want to give you pins that have 5 rings on it. You know, it's all part of the American joke to keep us quiet and to keep us from believing there's anything wrong.
I think what's developing in sports now, George, is that it's not enough to entertain you via a football game. There has to be entertainment on top of entertainment, vis-a-vis Ickey Woods of the Cincinnati Bengals now doing his dance, and he's not allowed to do it on the field. That would be against the rules.
Yeah.
He does his little dance on the sidelines, the Ickey Shuffle. I think we have a shot of the Ickey Shuffle. But what about that? What do you think of the football players doing their thing on the sidelines?
Well, I think it's terrific that they do. First of all, I was watching some clips. I was watching some old movie-tone newsreels from the 30s, from 1941 last night, on some obscure channel. And they were showing Michigan, Minnesota, and they showed USC playing somebody, Pitt, I think. And, no, Pitt was supposed to come to the Rose Bowl. At any rate, when these guys would finish a play, they would get up and they would just all walk back. You know, the offense would walk back or trot back to the huddle. The other guys would just get up and kind of look at each other. And there was no jumping or anything. But I'm in favor of celebration. You know, like dance is the original celebration. Jumping up into the universe is what you're doing. When you leap off the ground, you're dancing in the universe. And there's something good about people expressing themselves and expressing their feelings. To have rules that you can't spontaneously express yourself is just another sign of the kind of mentality we've come to, the overall national mentality that we've come to in this culture. You can't celebrate. Imagine you can't. That's what they're saying. I love seeing those guys. I think it's terrific.
We should then be celebrating the farewell of Kareem Abdul-Jabar. But Howard Rosenberg made a point on our show the other day. Why are we giving this guy gifts, though? He's making $3 million. Why does he need a motorcycle?
Well, because he had a fire and a bad manager. A lot of his money went down the wrong place.
He needs the motorcycle?
Well, I was just being facetious. I like Kareem, and Kareem's from New York City, and I hope they give him a lot of gifts that he enjoys, and that he makes another $3 million writing about the farewell tour. The Kareem book, How I Said Goodbye.
Before we say goodbye to George Carlin, we're going to get some thoughts on the Tyson Givens escapades last year. We'll do it right after this.